Awesome Sprinkles.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here, continuing my series of videos giving my thoughts on various Toku suits. These are the series also where I try to line up some of these with recent debuts. I did a my thoughts on all the Black Ranger suits when the Black Ranger debuted, and now since Boon Orange is debuting, I'm doing my thoughts on all Orange Rangers, which there's a lot less of them. As I've said before, there is some categorization stuff where there's certain ones that are counted or not counted that I think differently on, but if you think differently, it's not a big deal, it doesn't matter in life. And also if I forget anything, or, like I said, if I miscategorize something, this is just meant to be for fun. I also have to say, I'm kind of a big fan of Orange Rangers. I think orange and purple I've really favored a lot because those were two colors that took us a really long time to get to. And even though we've kind of gotten them for quite a while now, like Tokuger was quite a while ago, Geki Ranger was a while ago, it still feels kind of new and exciting because it's such a underused color. Let's go ahead and get started. Now I know I just said Tokuger for Orange Ranger because that's what I always think of as the first regular Orange Ranger because I just don't like Battle Fever J and I always forget about them, or people like bend over backwards to remind you that Battle Cossack, Cognac, whatever was the first one. My thoughts haven't changed. I don't like the Purge Night stuff. I mean, I like the Purge Night movies way better than Battle Fever J. I've never watched it, to be fair. I can't say about the show, just the suits. Ugh. Anyway, Tokyo Rokugo, always really like this suit. It is a little bit messy, like things clash almost a little bit too much, but I still generally really like it. One of my favorite characters in the series. It's a little bit more complete design-wise than the main suits, and plus it was just really cool to get an Orange Ranger. Then you have Duo Bird. I've always been a big fan of this suit. I know it's a simple repaint of the red suit, but I really like red suit, and the fact that we were getting another Orange Ranger, and Duo Bird's character was pretty cool too. I've always had a soft spot for this suit. Then you have Sasori Orange, which is my personal favorite of the Q Ranger suits. I've always just been a big fan of it. I think that the scorpion design on the helmet kind of looking like a question mark was just really cool. And you have like a badass scorpion stinger tail. And it's like, again, another Orange Ranger and probably the coolest Orange Ranger we had gotten to at that point. Then you have our most recent one, Boon Orange, which in general, as I mentioned in the Black Ranger video, I've been growing more and more fond of the BoonBoomger suits. I've really gotten used to them. This one is still on this weird scale at the moment where I have gotten used to it and I'm kind of fond of it because of how extra odd it looks, but also sometimes it looks like a giant cookie on his face and it just is a little bit distracting. Now here we have one that says Rangers commonly associated with orange, to be fair, but a lot of people count this as an Orange Ranger and I think some like official PR stuff did as well. Is Deca Swan, again, if you want to count it as an Orange Ranger, I don't think of it that way. This is a White Ranger for me, clearly. Like, it's got kind of an orange-esque accent, but again, for me, that would be like saying, oh yeah, Deca Break, that's a Blue Ranger. Like, that's not an Orange Ranger to me. But again, if you count it that way, it's fine. I actually have some Power Rangers exclusive ones. As mentioned, they do count from one of these resource books, Deca Swan or Cat Ranger in our case. But again, it's a White Ranger, man, come on. Anyway, so we do have an mmpr Orange, which is from the comics, which I'm still not sure if that was canon to that main timeline or if it was another Elseworld story, but I thought those were fun designs. Like, they're a little more so meant to be goofy, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I kind of would want to see a more serious take on that, although it wouldn't make sense for Bulk and Skull, but I don't know. I appreciate that they did it for fun. You also have the Orange Solar Rangers designs. I really do like those designs. Like the base Solar Ranger design, I think they all kind of blend together with the original core team, as I've said in the past, and I find the Beyond the Grid version to be far more interesting because not only are they varied, but the concept of combining the Solar Rangers connection to their original connection to the grid was cool. With that being said, even though the suits are samey in terms of all of them, in general, I think they're a pretty unique suit. They look very alien, and I like that a lot. I also have that Make-A-Wish Grid Battle Force Orange Ranger, which got a comic cover. I actually really like that one a lot. I think that helmet is really cool and unique, and it would be cool to see that like in a comic story highlighted. That was really cool. I like it a ton. Mainly because I like the Go Buster suits, I like Orange Ranger, so putting the two of them together, plus giving it a cool helmet. You then have the Dimension X Orange Ranger, which a lot of people complain that these suits have too samey of helmets, which I totally understand. Feels kind of similar to the Omega Rangers, where I understand and I agree that I wish there was a little bit more variation in their helmets, but I still really like them. I love the Dimension X suits a lot. I think orange might be my least favorite color contrast for this for some reason, and it, because it's kind of more black and orange even, I don't think of it as much as a pure Orange Ranger. Not like as a purist, but you know what I mean. Like, it doesn't stand out as much, and I didn't think about it like that. But I still really like the suit. Then, of course, you have our original Orange Ranger here, the Dream Sequence Orange Ranger. And, I have to say, for basically just doing a gag and making use of the in-space helmet, this is actually a pretty nice looking suit, especially since they kind of established that SPD uses assets of previous Ranger teams. The helmet actually doesn't look half bad, and I love that they actually made the suit with a 0 on it. That was pretty cool, I have to say, for, like I said, what was basically a bit. And of course, you have our most recent one for PR, which was Cosmic Fury Orange. Mixed thoughts on this. I really do like that we did that for the final season. I thought that was neat. but it's a little bit boring, and it's so obvious that it's a repaint of Pink/Red's helmet, especially since Red's is already a repaint, and I wish they could have done something a little bit different and a little bit less obvious. Once you see it in the show, it didn't bother me as much. Like, it actually doesn't look bad at all. I actually do like it. I just wish it was a little bit different for our first Orange Ranger here, first female Orange Ranger here too. But once you see it in the show, like I said, not only is it not that bad, but once you understand what they're going for with Solon, I really do like that aspect. So I kind of like everything story and character-wise around it, but I'm not the biggest fan of the helmet. But that is just it on my thoughts on the suits. Far more of a short video compared to the Black Ranger because we only have a small handful of them. I do hope we continue to get cool and unique Orange Ranger designs as the years go on. But what are your guys' favorite Orange Ranger suits from Sentai mmpr? Let me know in the comments as always. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell to get notifications for my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.